The Unfiltered by Jade.
Jade. Welcome to The Unfiltered by Jade, where we get out of the box and dive into topics that are sidelined. I look forward to entertain, educate, and inspire. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, donate, and make everybody know about this.
Beats by RB Records, a proud sponsor of The Unfiltered by Jade.
Welcome back to The Unfiltered by Jade. Today we are talking about black hair and skincare and everything to do with getting our hair done and what to use in our hair. Persons have been asking about products that they can use. I'm not a professional at this, so I brought in someone. And this person I brought in because I heard great reviews from one of my favorite YouTubers, which is Tony Daly. And I brought her in to give us some tips or to tell us about the product. So hello.
Hello everyone. Hello Jay, how are you?
I am good, and how are you?
I'm doing great.
All right, so
before the show, y'all, so just don't worry about that. We just laughing here.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I want you to tell us who you are and about your brand.
Okay, well, my name is Charmaine, and my brand is blackhairinskincare.com, and I also have SydneyNicoleHair.com. And basically, I was diagnosed with CCCA Alopecia. I went to the dermatologist, and they prescribed me steroid shots, steroid shampoo, and steroid creams. And basically, it was just all chemicals. And that was the end all be all. There was no, if it was a guarantee if my hair was going to recover or what. So I decided to create an 98%, tried to do 100% organic line that will help women of color. It started from there, and now I help everyone grow their hair back from medical hair loss without having to use harmful chemicals.
In there. Interesting. You had mentioned alopecia, the CCC. I don't know what it is, so can you just give our listeners an insight of what it is exactly?
Yes, it's basically centrifugal alopecia, and basically the basis of that is where the hair follicles. I'm going to go by my explanation of it because I have dealt with it and in the time. And I'm not going to go by a textbook because everyone knows that I'm not textbook.
That's fine. That's fine.
So basically for me, it's inflammation of the hair follicles, and it can cause over time scarring of the hair follicles where your hair will not be able to grow back at all. So I think it's 2 stages. It's that you can be in when you have this condition. The first stage, you can have, mild symptoms. You can have the itching and burning scalp. You can have hair loss. And usually when people start to have the itching and burning, the hair loss follows. And then the second stage is where you had the itching and burning and the hair loss, and now the follicles or the scalp begins to become scarred because of all of the inflammation on the scalp. And then that causes the hair not to be able to grow out because it's scarring over top of the follicles. So that is my version of CCCA alopecia. Well, they call me Dr. Char.
I don't understand it, but I'm thinking I wanted to know, well, if it is that because people I have eczema.
Okay.
And I don't have it a lot in my hair or whatever, but I have the itching sometimes, but I don't have the burning. But I think I'm passing out myself with my questions because that question is on the bottom. But what is it that people, the products that you have, and what are the purposes for each of the product? And I want to know about the skincare and the hair, both of them.
Well, I'm going to first address what you just said about your eczema. we do have 2 products. Well, actually, we have 3. We have one for the little babies because my daughter, Aya, she's my youngest, she had eczema as well. And they were trying to prescribe her again this steroid cream. Like, I'm like, what's with this steroid?
Yeah.
And
they're always giving people steroids.
Yes, and I get it because it's supposed to stop the inflammation. But over time, what it can do is thin out your skin. And it can make your skin very sensitive, and it thins it out. So I was like, I'm not putting that on my daughter. So the first thing that I did was for the eczema in general, and it's the baby Aya hair and body butter. And basically, I created the formula for her eczema. And one of the main ingredients is emu oil, in which I use to help with, along with other potent ingredients that I put in the products to help clear her eczema. And guess what? It did. It did.
Wow.
And I knew that would work because I always been into just in general herbs and just organic stuff that I can find, just outside. Like recently, I am actually looking into, I think they call it Jamaican roots, like when you in tonics. Doing research on that as well. But anyway, doubling that, it cleared her eczema. So we have the baby Aya hair and body butter. Then we have the custom eczema formula because I had a lot of clients who had the eczema. So I started making the custom formula for them. So I was like, let's keep it original. So I just named it the custom eczema formula. And then we have the skin clearing body butter. And all of those ingredients have helped people overcome their eczema, as well as it's another, this is so funny because we have also the holistic scalp cream. And that is like for people who have like the severe hair loss and severe version of the CCCA with the itching and burning. And one of my clients, she used it on her dog and it cleared the dog's rash.
What you said a while ago?
Yeah.
She said she used the product on her dog and it worked.
Yes, it cleared the rash. So the vet gave her some cream for her dog and it didn't work. So she used my holistic scalp cream and it cleared the rash. I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm convinced. You know how like you're like with yourself, you're like, you have a gift to do certain things. At that time, I was like, oh, I'm Gandhi at this point. Like,
definitely. Yes, son. Listen. Yes. That means your product really work if you can't work on dogs. Listen, it works.
Exactly. Somebody said that in the comments too. They were like, if it's working on a dog, girl, what you expect? It's going to clear your stuff. But, but yeah, but when I started, it was the organic hair growth oil. And that's what I was using for myself because I dealt with the hair loss. And I was using that on myself for a year. And you can go back on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/black hair and skincare. You see like my whole journey with everything. Like all the videos are still there. So it's documented. But I was using the oil on myself, the organic hair growth oil on my hair first for a year. And then I decided to put it out to my subscribers on YouTube. And once I did that, it just blew up from there.
Took up, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody wants to have something that works. So this also would work for like psoriasis and those other skin conditions also. That helps to, what is it called? Thin the hair.
Yes. So right now I'm currently, and I'm always working. Like I always have different formulas that I have that I'm putting together, especially in my head. And I'm working on several ones right now. But one of the ones that I'm working on now, and I just do custom for certain customers, is for the seborrheic dermatitis on the scalp. So I have a line coming out for the seborrheic dermatitis for customers who are suffering from that, because I have my niece is suffering from it. And the things that I have been doing for her has been working. What I gave to her mother to do for her has been working. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to come out with a line with that as well, because I also have clients with it. So I'm always evolving on.
And that's good.
Yeah.
And that's so good, because I mean, we look forward to it, because I was looking at the products and I was like, okay, I want to order something also to help with my hair growth. I mean, And I'm looking and I'm saying, yeah, which product? But you don't know which product really works. But looking at your Instagram page and hearing Tony talk about it, I'm like, no man,
Yes.
no man.
And I think
we have to look into this.
yes, and I think that I'm gonna do, and I love Tony because she was doing a stressful time in her life.
Yes, and her hair, right?
So you saw the transition with her.
Yes.
So along with dealing with that stressful moment in her life and using my products, everybody was commenting in her comments. Oh my God, your edges are back. Oh my God.
Yes.
Yes, and it's the genuosity for me because anything that I do is really word of mouth. People heard about it, and I did contact Tony to be on her platform. But genuine comments that followed for people who use my products after she posted her video and on her videos. That's how my business has grown. People who use my products and for themselves they see it. So and it's wonderful to see Tony have results from it. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is she's showing the different results because she's like, okay, she's starting to use this, and all right, after a couple of weeks now, okay, everybody has been commenting on here. You actually see the hair growth because she put the before and the after. Sometimes I see it, so say, okay, this is not no flake. This actually does work. How long actually does it take to work? Is it that you put it in and that you put it in next week, I'm supposed to start seeing growth or results in my hair?
Okay, so this is one thing that I want to put out to everyone out there. When you are dealing with medical hair loss, it's something totally different from just general hair loss. Just say if just bad hair practices, or say if you got your hair braided and a whole braid fell out, Medical hair loss and general, hair loss from hair practices are totally different. So most of the people that I help suffer from medical hair loss. With that being said, for me personally, on my journey, it took me 8 months for my inflammation to go down on my scalp and for hair to start growing at a normal rate. Now, I had a lot of inflammation in my body because one of the underlying conditions for CCCA, in my opinion, is autoimmune diseases. Now, the autoimmune disease that I suffered from was uveitis, which is inflammation of the blood vessel of the eye. Some people suffer from diabetes. Some people suffer from lupus, rheumatoid arthritis. It's a lot of different causes that can cause the hair loss. So my main thing, and which I think is a very powerful thing that I have done, is help people grow their hair back from medical hair loss. So we have some people who would take 2 months for their hair to grow back. We have some people who sent me pictures after 2 weeks. We have some people who took a year. All depends on the person because it's different things going on inside of each person. Everyone's different. And I'm not the type of person that's going to be like, oh my God, grow your edges back in 2 weeks.
No. I mean, I get that. And the thing is, for everybody, it works differently. But I know that people are buying, some persons will buy the product saying that, oh, I use it today and I haven't seen anything tomorrow, so it doesn't naturally work. No, we have to be real. It happens.
If okay, how many females? And that's why I always put it out there. I'm like, listen, I am not a gimmick hair company, hair products company, anything. So anything I tell you is going to be true. But I'm not going to tell you this. But if someone sends me a picture and say, oh my gosh, girl, because I got a lot of people who have done that as well. But everybody's different. Oh my God, girl, my hair grew back in 2 weeks. Oh my God. And I get a lot of this too, which makes me so proud. They haven't had hair growth in over 10 years. Wow. And they use my products and their hair is growing back. Doctors told them that their hair follicles were dead, that their hair would never grow back. They have scarring, but their hair is growing back. And it's something that was quote unquote taboo in the medical, hair loss community. If you have scarring alopecia, aka CCCA alopecia, you cannot say that hair follicles, that your hair can grow back if you have scarring. But I have clients who were diagnosed on paper in which they sent to me, the doctor told me my hair wasn't going to grow back. The dermatologist told me I have scarring alopecia, but yet and still I have been using your products for X amount of months, X amount of weeks, and I have fuzz. I have hair coming in.
No, man, we look like we need to collect some offering.
Yeah.
Because no, man, it's like you're working miracles out here. You need to work.
I love
You know what? Before we have more questions, so before we do, we're gonna go on a short break and come right back.
All right.
Shopping Assistance Jamaica takes the stress away from finding those items you can't locate or purchasing items online or locally. From searching to purchasing to delivery, Shopping Assistance makes it very easy. Contact us at 876-919-5195 or email us at shoppingassistance2015@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook at The Shopping Assistance, on Instagram at The Shopping Assistance JA, and on Twitter at Shopping Assist 5. Welcome back to the Unfiltered by Jade. If it is that you missed the first part of the episode, we are asking to go back because Charmaine dished out a whole heap of information and we're in the middle of collecting tithes and offering and doing everything because she's going on with a whole heap of things. A question that I want to know is how is it that you tell the difference with medical hair loss and natural hair loss? Because some people are losing hair and they don't know if it's medical or if it's not. So how is it that you tell the difference?
Well, mainly for me, a lot of people come to me and they ask me for help and they schedule a personal consultation on my website, blackhairandskincare.com. And when they schedule their personal consultations, I ask them, okay, what is their history? What is the background? When is the last time you've seen growth? Just general questions so that I can get a feel. And I also ask them to send me pictures of their hair. Now, me, I always been this way. I grew up in the church. So I was a minister in the church,
Boy, no, come on.
They called me prophetess and all that stuff because, I always had the gift to, I guess whatever they want to call it, but
yes, ma'am.
Yes, but for me, when I see people's pictures, this is why I tell them to send me pictures during the consultations. It's like I can see what exactly they need to do for them. Mm-hmm. So I give them a regimen based on the pictures that they send me in the background. So the way that they can probably tell if they have medical hair loss, aside from regular hair loss, is so regular hair loss, you may have just got a hairstyle and then your hair is falling out from the braids, or you got a tight sew-in and then your hair is falling out from that. So that's just regular hair loss based on hair practices. And if you have medical hair loss, maybe you have diabetes, maybe you have autoimmune disease, or even if you don't know if you have autoimmune disease and you're experiencing hair loss, you can be taking blood pressure meds. Or if you just start having a whole bunch of hair loss out of nowhere, and it's a whole lot of shedding and you're not pregnant, because we all know for people who have had children, postpartum hair loss, and you just start having a whole lot of shedding out of nowhere, then you want to go to the doctor. You want to get a blood checkup to see if you're deficient in any vitamins or any minerals. And you want to make sure that you don't have any underlying autoimmune diseases that could be causing the hair loss. Okay. So if it's an alarming rate of hair loss, then it's probably medical hair loss, or it could be stress, which is still in a sense medical. And if it's just like you had a hairstyle and now your hair is falling out, it could just be from bad hair practices and the reason why you have lost your hair. Or you trusted a stylist and you were just going to get a sew in, and you thinking you was going to be, your hair going to grow in a couple months because it's braided down, but you right. So it could be a lot of things, but the difference between the medical in general is basically If you feel that it's at an alarming rate hair loss, then that's more than likely probably medical. If it's just from a hairstyle, then that's just general hair practices.
Nice. So people don't be like me, because sometimes when I comb up my hair and I say hear them, I say, Lord of mercy. And I start fretting because I don't know what's happening.
Well,
You know?
are you combing your hair with conditioner in it, or are you combing it dry?
I believe that I'm combing it. I do it both ways. And sometimes I sit here and I'm like, what is happening? I don't know if it's because where I am, it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be a contributing factor. But I said, no man. So I now start mixing my own oils because I'm like,
Yes.
But with this,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes you don't really know the portions of what to use and what not to use and whatever. So I said, well, let me give this thing a try. So I'm here, and I'm a customer. My customer for you, because I want to see it. I mean, we all are having struggles with our hair. We want to see our hair looking good, and we don't know if we have 4C or B or E or G here.
Yes.
And we just trying to we just want to see our hair grow. I don't want to have the problems of trying to find out, okay, is my hair 4C? Can I use this in there? Can I not use that? Is it B or E? Is it F? Can this work? No, can it not? I just want to put something in my hair and it actually works.
Well, let me give you some general practices on that and things that can help you. For one, especially if it's in the cold winter months, you want to make sure that you are deep conditioning your hair every week or every 2 weeks. And you can definitely use our rosemary and peppermint herbal deep conditioner, because that is excellent for putting moisture back into your hair.
Okay.
Also, you do not ever want to comb your hair dry, ever. So never comb your hair dry. This will allow you to retain the length that you already have, because a lot of times our hair grows. And for people who don't have medical hair loss, like, let's just put that to the side for a second. Our hair grows regularly, but it's just, are we retaining the length that grows? So we want to incorporate practices that does not interfere with retaining that length. And one of the practices is deep conditioning. And then also one of the practices is do not combing your hair dry. Make sure you have some conditioner, some type of leave-in in it. You mixed it with some water and some leave-in. And you're using a wide tooth comb. You're using a detangling brush. Shameless plug, we have detangling brushes on our website. Just stuff like that you can use. And then also, you want to be moisturizing your hair at least daily or every other day. Now, some people can use certain ingredients and products. Like, you have to find out what works for your hair. Like, for example, some people cannot use coconut oil on their hair.
Right.
And then some people can. So what we do is we customize products as well. So for our moisture sealing hair butter, we can use the coconut oil in it if coconut oil doesn't bother you, because it doesn't bother me. And usually people who have finer strands of hair, it doesn't bother them. But if you have more so of a coarser, because my youngest daughter, she does. I think she has the 4C, E, G, or F, whatever they say. But her hair strands does not like coconut oil like that, like straight out of the jar. But I can mix it in her products with other ingredients, like mango butter, etc., which is in her baby eye hair and body butter. But we customize it for people who are sensitive to things and people who are not so sensitive. So that's another thing that I really love about our products, because everyone is different. So we have to find out what works for them. And then as you're trying the products and you go along in your regimen, when I talk to people, especially after the consultations, we talk for months. Okay, this is working for me. Okay, this isn't working for me. And then I say, okay, so we're going to continue this. Or I say, okay, we're going to change this up. But that's what I do. I love what I do. I have a passion for it, because when there was no one there who could help me with this, I was like, I'm going to help myself. And now I'm like, others. So, it's just finding a regimen and finding a balance. Some people who have the denser hair, like the 4 CGs and Fs, And I'm being smart when I say that.
I know.
That hair texture, like my youngest daughter, then they require moisture more. So I would, if you have that type of hair texture, I would definitely deep condition weekly or every 2 weeks. If you have a more finer texture, then you can deep condition every 2 weeks. You don't really have to do it every week, but also, make sure you are using like a light oil to moisturize your strands as well.
Right.
But you can contact me and we'll do a personal consultation for your own personal hair situation.
Definitely. I want to know. We're basically at the end. I want to know: is there any other information that you'd like to enlighten the listeners about, whether it's hair or skin? We want to know how to take care of our skin. Let's touch skin.
Yes.
And what to use to get our skin nice and smooth.
Yes. Okay. So I just wanted, because I'm on mostly like the medical side too, so I just wanted to explain what people can do if they have PCOS. So a lot of women have PCOS, and with PCOS, it's
let people know what that is, because some people don't.
Yeah, it's polycystic ovarian syndrome, and basically you may have hairs growing on your chin. In areas that women usually don't have hairs growing. So,
oh Lord, you're talking to me, but continue.
Has an excess of testosterone hormone, progesterone hormone, and with following that, most women can get it after birth of children, or if you just get it, you don't have to have a birth of a child. You just were diagnosed with it. But one thing you can do for that is you want to make sure you use an exfoliant on your skin, because you want to exfoliate the hairs that are coming in that can cause the blackheads and the ingrown hairs and all that stuff. So use like a brown sugar exfoliant.
Right, gross.
It's something natural, just exfoliate it. And then also you can use the skin clearing body butter, which is on our website. And that helps with the dark marks and everything like that. But now, if you are in a more advanced stage, because some women starts to have like a almost a beard, almost like it's crazy. Like, I understand. Then some women may want to get electrolysis, where they actually go in and take the hairs out, and that prevent it from growing as well. And then also, it starts from the inside. So you can take macro root, which is a great supplement for people who are dealing with PCOS and any type of hormonal imbalances. And that will help actually fix the problem from the inside out, so you can stop.
Really?
Yeah. Listen, I'm talking stuff that worked for me, okay? So it can help stop the inflammation or the hormonal imbalances that we're dealing with from the inside out. And then that helps slow down the growth, and then you can be able to not have the hairs growing in and have the blackheads and all that stuff. But on another side, that's not medical. If you just have blackheads, or dark marks, you want to exfoliate the skin, then use the skin clearing body butter on your face, and then that will help with that as well. And we also have before and afters on our website and Instagram.
Nice. Very nice. That's something I learned.
Yeah.
I've learned something today. I'll definitely be looking into that. So I want you now to tell persons where to find you and how to contact you. And you hear how she's nice. She's a nice person. So you can just, send her a message. Yeah. She'll respond. And she'll help you. So yes, give them the information.
Okay. So you can find me on my website, blackhairandskincare.com. You can also find me on my wig website, which is Sydney Nicole, because I make wigs for people with alopecia or just.
No, but you're going with only for things.
Yes, no, I do that too. And that's at SydneyNicoleHair.com. And then you can find me on Instagram, and it's at blackhairandskincare_. And then our hair page on Instagram is Sydney Nicole Hair. So you can find us on there. And then you can email me at bhsccustomers@gmail.com. And I will get right back to you.
See, Yes. So thank you so much. I want to thank you so much, Charmaine, for coming and giving us some insight about
No
your
problem.
products. I mean, your products actually work. I'm seeing from the pictures, the before and afters that they actually work. And I trust Tony that it actually does work. And
Yeah.
even hearing that you yourself have had this experience. So
Yeah.
it's not that you just came up one day, oh, let me make something
No.
without having the experience, because the truth is experience teaches wisdom. If you didn't have the experience making the products, you won't know how to make the products, what to make the products with,
Exactly.
etc. But I want to thank you so much for coming to share. It was quite fun, and I enjoyed myself.
I enjoyed you.
Yes. So, listeners out there, I want to thank you for listening again, and we'll definitely see you next week on the Unfiltered by Jade. Thank you.